Hello, good evening. This is High Priestess Jamila. So I was sitting here thinking. Y'all know how I get when I get to thinking. Sorry, I'm eating some ice cream. I want to have a discussion for a minute about us virtuous women. I guess it don't matter what age you are, because society expected us to be married when we had children or either afterwards. Society expected us to marry the father of our children. And if we didn't, you know, what was supposed to be the path for us? Because, a lot of older women, and sometimes even young women, they'll kind of decide, well, this year, there's nobody that is suitable enough to settle down with. So I might as well kind of spread myself around like butter. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's your choice to be that way. What about us women that don't want to do that? What about us women that just because we didn't have a relationship work out, what about us that still believe in love and romance? What about us? Hey, Oyela, hello. What are we supposed to do? Kevin Samuel says that we're just supposed to die alone, which I mean you're born alone, so but what's supposed to be the path? Is the path supposed to be somebody that brings home a different man whenever we feel like it? I guess it could be. It's almost like when you hit the age of 35, they expect you to either be some, man eater or vixen, but what if you don't want to do that? What if you just want a normal relationship? You know, I guess you got to go join dating sites or something. No, I'm joking. What's supposed to be the path? Are we supposed to define that path ourselves, or should we have other people define that path? Because, I am one of those. The reason why I say virtuous woman is because even though I have been through things, I've never allowed those things to taint me. Meaning that even though I've been through, uh, you know, a couple of bad relationships, I didn't allow it to change my viewpoint when it comes to love and when it comes to sex. So you find yourself out there sometimes, you find yourself out there, and because of your age, people expect for you to either, be looking to have your hand out to a man, as far as like, just pay me. It's supposed to be a business transaction. Or they expect for you to, I guess, be a nun. I guess, it's almost like virtuous women are too innocent. We're too innocent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you went through this and you went through that. Why didn't it taint you? Why won't you allow it to taint you? You know what I'm saying? Have y'all noticed that? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Seems like a lot of people in society expect for, if you are not married by the age of 35, that you should just become a whore. You know what I'm saying? And some people just ain't down with that. And it's almost like, to me, from what I can see, it seems like a lot of men respect whores more than they respect a woman that is not a whore. Have y'all noticed that as well? And I believe that a lot of men are tainted. And it's very scary because, as a woman, hey Jen, hello, good evening. How you doing, beautiful? As a woman, I kind of expected to find a man in my age that was just as innocent as I am, and untainted. But it seems like it's very difficult to find a man that is not tainted by society and society's double standards, society's expectations. That's pretty much what my expectation is to uh is to find somebody that is just, their heart is ready. They not tripping off of their past. They not tripping off of none of that. They just love me and want me, and that's it. And that's the romance right there. Instead, you have a lot of men, they want to impress everybody else. They want to do what everybody else tell them that they should be doing. And and they care about other people's opinion. 20 or 30 years ago, it wasn't like that. It just seems like everybody has become so goddamn plastic these days. You know what I'm saying? And when you in your 40s, it seemed like even though you are not a hoe and you don't sleep around, men still treat you like that. And so, what is a woman supposed to do once she gets past 35? Is she supposed to just decide, fuck it, I'm going to go out and sleep with as many men as possible? But then, how would that be any fun? What's the, I never understood that. I never got that. What fun is going out and sleeping with a whole bunch of men? I've never understood that. Maybe because I don't have that Jezebel spirit on me. Maybe that's why. Because I'm not a Jezebel. And I'm not going to become one to impress somebody. You see what I'm saying? Because then I would realize, well, this person is just not for me. For me, when it comes to love and sex, first of all, I'm not going to have sex with a man that I don't love. That's the cardinal rule for me. If I don't feel that I could love you or don't love you, I'm not going to have sex with you. So sex to me is connected with love. It's not even really necessarily connected to marriage. It's connected to love and chemistry. Okay? Yeah, and then I don't understand older men that want to date younger men. You don't even have the same life experience as that person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm an older woman. I want to date somebody that understands that I have bills to pay, that understands life. You get an older man dating a younger woman. Why would I date a younger man that has never lived or experienced anything? I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. And I know that black magic can play a part in certain people's influences and shit, but I think that at some point, you're going to eventually learn to not allow yourself to be compromised in that way. They say that men never grow up. Yeah, I'll be doing these readings. I got a reading scheduled in an hour, by the way, so I don't have time to talk about a lot of time to talk about this. But when I be doing these readings for some women, I be doing readings on men that in their 50s and 60s and they still act like little boys. Ain't that the trip? And then, sometimes when I'm doing, because I have clients that have been with me for years and their men are in their 20s. And I'm like, well, he's so young. But then when you think about it, I just want a man. You know what? Even though I'm 45 years old, I still want a man to be like my daddy. I'm still like, when it comes to love, I'm still a kid at heart. I am. I'm still like a young person. Nobody gets older and like I guess I could have changed, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I wish I was younger sometimes, because now that I have the wisdom that I have now, maybe I would have done it differently, but I just think that, wait a minute, what happened? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Oops. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's just something I was sitting here thinking about. I was thinking, I guess people would assume that at my age, I'm going to be either somebody that's sleeping around with a bunch of people, or they're going to expect for me to be, somebody that's looking for a sugar daddy, which a sugar daddy is not a partner. You know what I'm saying? That's just somebody that you may have sex with or go out on dates with, and he give you some money. But that's not what I'm looking for at all. So weird. And I was thinking about that hard body last night. I was thinking about how I need somebody holding me down for real, especially with this business that I'm running. I feel like sometimes I'm doing the work that 100 people should be doing sometimes. So a lot of people sit up there and think, oh, you just sitting around, you ain't doing nothing. It's like, oh, you have no idea how it feels to be a spiritualist whatsoever. Like, those people are just extremely ignorant to say that. Extremely ignorant. But, I guess you would have to be somebody that's taken the same path, the same exact path that I'm taking to understand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to let nobody define that for me. There's a lot of people that want to define this for you. They want to say, oh, well, you're an older woman, you shouldn't be looking for love. You should be looking for what? What should I be looking for in people, in a man? Should I be looking to sleep around, to play games? I've never been the type to play around with my own heart, though. So it's very perplexing, the world that we live in. It really is. No wonder so many people are fucking suicidal. But you can't really get suicidal. You can't give up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just decide, oh, I'm just gonna, because sometimes suicide don't necessarily mean death. It can mean other ways of sabotaging yourself completely and totally and just throwing it away. And I've always been that way. I didn't just become this way overnight. Like I've always been this way prior to even YouTube. I've never been the type of person to just want to throw my life away. When I had my children, I didn't see it as throwing my life away, but there's a lot of people that have that opinion. But I didn't give birth until I didn't have my first child until I was 23. So, I felt like I was old enough. But then after I left that relationship and, literally raised my children and then decided to, sorry, I'm belching, y'all. I was having some stomach problems earlier. Um, when I decided to wait because I wanted to get myself together because I didn't want to hurt nobody. It seemed like you just constantly, it's like men don't appreciate it when you love them. They don't. And like I am shocked about that because I've never experienced that before, And I was thinking about the baby daddy. My baby daddy more than appreciated me. Deja and Danielle's father. I almost married him. I didn't. I didn't marry him, and I refused to make that a mistake. It's almost like people want to make your life trash, and it's like I refuse to fucking believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, and it's widespread even on YouTube. It's so bizarre. How if you're not married, you're a hoe. That's how they look at it. It's like men have a one-track mind. You're good for only one thing because you're an older woman and you didn't choose to get married. Well, perhaps I didn't choose to get married because I wanted to get married to the right person. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's so weird. Like, it's weird. It's a very strange. Um, and it's especially strange when men expect you to be an older woman and you're supposed to just have game. But I thought that when you got older, because I've always been very genuine, game is fake. Being genuine is real. So I'm supposed to be out here in a dude's pockets, even though I can pay my own bills. I'm supposed to be out here playing him, not actually having feelings for him, detaching myself totally emotionally. That what I'm supposed to be? That's what we supposed to be doing? Supposed to totally detach emotionally? 'Cause I need this to be clear to me, and I don't want to hear abusiveness. Oh, well, because we all know their game. Oh, you're an older woman. Nobody wants you. You're trash. Just go and fucking suck whoever you can and deal with that. But I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. And I'll never listen to that. I still believe in love and romance. I mean, who wouldn't want to be under the moonlight kissing me right now? Bullshit. And it's so bizarre. And they try to bring religion into it all the time. They do. They try to bring religion into it. And and I was thinking about this also earlier. Hold on, y'all. I was looking over some old comments and somebody came to the channel and left a comment and they said all witchcraft is evil and this and that, and it's just only one way, and that's Yah. And so I have asked my ancestors to not allow like religious people to pray for me to give up my spirituality. I don't mind religious people praying for me. If you want to pray for me, if I'm sick, if you want me to get better, if you want to pray that, pray for good things for me, I don't mind that. But for you to be sitting there praying, oh Lord, please make her leave that witchcraft alone. That's just like disconnecting from myself. Every single time I pick up on a religious person praying that I give up witchcraft, I start to become detached from my body. It feels like death because you can't just give up witchcraft if you're a witch. It's not like that. And it's extremely uncomfortable to get these people to understand that. That's another thing. We're going to have to ponder that later. Because I had to call to Shango today. And it was for general overall because, Shango helps take care of witches. He does. I was looking at a comment and this person, and so that's why I'm at odds with a few men of the cloth because they'll pray, oh, please deliver her from that witchcraft, deliver me from myself, deliver me from self. We're gonna have to ponder that at a later date, y'all, because that's when I start to feel as though my energy is being pulled on as well. And it's not cool. I believe that when they do that, I believe that they end up in hell. I'm not even going to lie to you because that's not right. That's just like going out there and telling a freaking dog to not be a dog. That's just like going out there and, if you're going to tell me to not be a witch, then you might as well cut my damn head off and glue or sew someone else's head on top of my body. Now, what would that produce? What would that produce if somebody did that? Hey, elder, what would that produce if somebody did that? If all of a sudden we were to go out there and take sheep and attach it to a pit, like you're gonna take a sheep's body and put a pig head on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is so weird how like this is one of the, I swear to God, I cannot wait until I get in my lake house. I want to be in a area to where there's nothing but nature around me in the lake because it's difficult. It is. And it's crazy. It's insane. And it's, oh my God, like hang in there, witches. Hang in there. I've sensed it. I have sensed people that are religious talking to unfamiliar gods that I know nothing about because I do know Jesus. And I think that that's why a lot of witches work with Jesus from time to time, because they are familiar with Jesus, but then they get to going, and I guess they say that Yah is the same as Jesus, but it don't feel the same. It don't feel the same. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have an issue with Jesus Christ or whatever, but when you start praying to these gods that or these entities and these spirits, when you're in the church, because Jesus don't have no problem with me. When you start praying to those entities, all of a sudden, and I can sense even sometimes my father doing it. It's extremely upsetting to my spirit. It is. It like I wish that they would understand. That would be just like them telling me not to practice witchcraft or to not be a witch would almost be equivalent to telling them to not love Jesus. But they don't care. They don't care, y'all. That's really what the issue is. That's really what a lot of the issue is. And I just, and this is where this is where we're having an issue here. And this is where the war comes in. What I'm doing to him, well, I'm not doing anything to anybody. You said H doesn't understand. You meant he. Yeah, it's really bizarre. And they're ultra obsessed with it. It's like they don't want me to be me. I've been a witch my whole life. I have been a witch my entire life. My mother told me that I was a witch when I was a kid. And you're going to tell me to not be me. It feels like sometimes like you're disappearing. It's so weird. It's like they want to take who you are and then they want to provoke you. Then that's when they start provoking you. And what the hell I'm supposed to do? Just sit up here and let you shoot a bow and arrow through my soul? I'm just supposed to. Oh wow, elder mother, that's not good. Oh, you talking about your son attacked the witch and he's being destroyed? Oh man. Oh fuck. That's crazy. That like I'm it so it's not just the love thing, it's this thing. And we're gonna talk about this. Like I already talked about it now. It just we're gonna always have division. I remember when I started practicing, because like I said, I've been a witch my whole life. I just wasn't practicing, I was inactive. Okay. And when I started practicing, people were asking me if I were going to curse them. And I'm like, well, what the fuck would I? Why would I? Family members. I was like, well, why would I do anything to you? That don't make no sense. Why would I create problems for myself by trying to harm people? It's like it's y'all. I'm telling y'all, and so it's so difficult to find somebody that understands you. To find people that understand you. I'm telling y'all, man, it's a trip. Yeah, but back to what I was talking about as far as like when it comes to love, I was trying to figure it out, why was I being treated like a Jezebel? Having sex doesn't mean that you're a Jezebel, you know what I'm saying? And I guess people felt like, well, you're an older woman, so you don't have any innocence and or virtue about yourself just because you're an older woman. And why treat a person bad because of sexual reasons? That's a nature thing, you know? A person wanting to taste their lover, that's nature. I don't mean to be graphic, but even dogs lick each other's booty before they have sex. I'm not trying to be graphic. Okay, but so because I like to taste my lover, that means that I'm a Jezebel and I'm an older woman and so I should just, wear the scarlet letter. And I know that this is a huge problem in the black community. Ah, man, it's terrible. The type of abuse that we go through, if you don't want to be with an older woman, then don't be with her. Why be with somebody and try to make them feel that way? You know what I'm saying? Mm. Anyway, y'all, I only got like 45 minutes until I have to do a reading, so I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to express that. And, obviously, there's some people that just don't understand it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to go. I will catch y'all later. Okay, we'll talk about more of that later. Blessed be.